Good evening, good evening. Well, you know, it's been what, 12 hours since we've got the Roland TR-1000 drop. I think everybody's a little bit shook up. Some people got a stomach ache. Some people got a bon air, you know. That's American for don't air. And I kind of got an opinion, but you know what? I've seen so many of the Synth Mafia glaze this beautiful box so hard that I figured tonight we might as well hear it from the people, you know? So I usually reserve the call-in show for Sunday night, Monday night, you know, to start the week. But after this whole thing, the TR-1000 Rhythm Creator coming in at $2,700, I was like, you know what? The world needs to hear from the people, not just the Synth Mafia. They don't need to just hear from people who got sent one in the mail for free. They need to hear from people who might buy it, who hate it, who loathe it, who love it, who's gassing over it. They want to hear from everybody. So I think what I'm going to do tonight, man, I might open up the phone lines, take some calls from some people all over the world. You know, right now we got Hans Volt in the chat. We got Fisk, the one and only. We got Pentasonic. We got iRock 81. We got Conductive. We got Echo Craft. We got Mark Anderson. And listen, you know me, man. I learn from miles away. Okay, miles away is my sensei. I learned the art of glaze from miles away, and the glaze lady, the harp lady. So listen, nobody can glaze like I can, but I got to give all credit to them because I learned it from them. And not only did I learn it from them, I learned it from the American evangelical glitter bugs, okay, on how to glaze, because those cats know how to glaze like no other. Now, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what everyone else thinks. So before we get into it, we'll do a little round, a whoop-de-whoop around the interwebs, and we'll check out a little bit. I got the Roland site pulled up here, taking up all my bandwidth with this heavy-duty loop they got going on, but from everything I scoured over the internet today, this is my take. I'm going to give you my hot take on the Roland TR-1000 Rhythm Creator, okay? Released today, August 1st, 2025, and it's the first time in 40-something years that Roland has decided to revive the analog ghosts, which they never said they would do. They always said they weren't going to do it, and they went and done it. And you know why they did it. They did it because Uli Behringer forced them to do it. Uli Behringer proved to him that you could make analog synthesizers great again, and he did. And everybody who's a Roland fanboy has been asking for it. It took them 40 years. But instead of going, you know, we'll give you what you wanted, it's like we're going to give it to all. I don't know. I'm not going to put my opinion on it yet. But I watched a wonderful video from one of the most legendary synth renegades of all time, Espen Craft. Shout out to Echo Craft, his twin brother. But Espen Craft did a great video. Echo Craft did a great video. And I did a little stream in the car today. And man, like I said, there has to be some counterweight to the Synth Mafia tsunami. And that's what the Synth Renegades are for. The Synth Renegades are here to give you the finger on the pulse, the real deal, the true of the true, what is actually on the minds of the people. That's what we're doing. We're not just here as a marketing company trying to sell you a product and glaze it up because it was given to us. No, we're telling you what we actually think, the good, the bad, and the ugly, warts plus lipstick, okay? On all the one pig. So that's what we're doing over here at Synth Renegade Nation, Synth Samurai Nation, Renegade Ranch. That's what we're doing. So welcome everybody to the show tonight. This is That Synth Show with your host, Synth Samurai, and shout out to all the Renegades in the chat for sure. So I know no one else is going to be doing a live stream about this tonight. You know why? Because they all glazed it earlier today. So that's where I come in on the back end and I catch the wave like the synth surfer I am, okay? So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to cover a little bit of the TR-1000 Rhythm Creator. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to open up the phone lines, man. If you guys want to call in and tell me what you really think, that's how we're going to do it tonight, okay? Now, if any of you are wondering, what is this behind me? I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes because you guys deserve it, and I deserve to show you because, you know, this is kind of what we're doing here these days, you know, man. We're doing the IRL. Shout out to Get Jervis, man, one of the greatest IRL live streamers of all time in the synth genre, especially in the GearTube genre. Let me get this little screen off here now so I can show you. Now, just so you know, just so all you freaks out there, okay? All you freaks out there. No, I'm not a Roland hater, as you can see. Right here. Okay? That's a Roland Juno X, baby. That's the cream of the crop. That's the pinnacle, okay, of VSTs in a box. And I don't like VSTs, or as we call them, VSTDs. I ain't into them. But let me tell you something right now. Roland Juno X, I might turn this on a little bit and give you a taste. But I tell you what, if I turn this on and give you a taste, you're going to be breaking out your Visa and you'll be buying that from Sweetwater instead of the Roland TR-1000. That's just a promise that I'll make, but I don't know if I'm going to do that to everyone tonight because I know everyone's on a budget with Halloween coming up and everything, okay? What's up, Tactical Midi? What's happening? I'm a shill. That's right, dude. This brought out everybody. It brought out the shills. It brought out the real ones. It brought out the renegades. It brought out the synth mafia. The beautiful thing, this is what we all gotta love. The beautiful thing about the synth universe, or like we call it, synth entertainment, is when you get a beautiful drop like this from Roland. First time in 45 years, they bring you that analog hybrid, a true analog hybrid. Analog circuitry with all the hybrid goodies of a Roland Juno X or a Roland Jupiter X. Okay? Or a Roland SH4D. I can name every single Roland synthesizer, but I'm not going to do it because I don't need to be at that tonight. But let me tell you something right now. The Roland Juno X right there. All right? DJ Wojtek knows what I'm talking about. Echo Craft knows what I'm talking about. The Roland Juno X is no joke. So that's how I know that the TR-1000 is no joke. The only thing that's a joke about the TR-1000 is the damn price. That's what's a joke about it. But then I was out tonight eating some baby back ribs with the missus, and I thought to myself, wait a minute. The Teenage Engineering OPXY cost $2,200, and this is only $27. And then I'm like, TR-8S is only $700. And then I told the missus, I gotta go to the bathroom. And she was like, what's wrong, baby? And I was like, I don't know. And I went in the bathroom. I looked in the mirror. I was covered in sweat because I was so discombobulated mentally from the whiplash of pricing and product that I was overcome. Went back to the table, finished the other half rack of ribs, knocked back an iced tea with extra lemon, told the missus I got the bill tonight, okay? Walked out the door, gave a wink to the chef, hit the missus with a C note. Back to the car, straight home. I was like, baby, I gotta get online immediately. She was like, why? I was like, because the people need a voice, okay? The people need a voice. It can't just be the synth mafia all the time when they drop these tsunamis of shill pills on everybody, okay? We don't need a bunch of people ODing, okay, on the synth streets, having to get narcanonide because they sip too much syrup from the synth mafia. That's why we need the renegades out there to bring some balance to the world. It's the yin and the yang, okay? It's the pendulum that must swing, okay? So let's check out this synth for a bit now that we got the show going. And don't mind me, I gotta get the chat popped up because I'm working this one-man show tonight. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get the screen pulled up. So this is what we got here. Let me go over to the Titantron actually, where we can get deep and dirty. All right, this is the rhythm creator right here. Let me know if the music is good, is the volume good. Let me know if everything is good, okay? That's all I need from you guys because you're all amazing. Just let me know if the volume's good, the video's good, the quality is good. Because some people said I went too lo-fi last time, and I said, you know what? Let me just work on it for a little bit because I don't mind constructive criticism. And I feel like I'm just looking at the numbers here right now. Like I said, we're broadcasting globally. We got streams going on in Japan, in Thailand, in Southeast Asia, in Vietnam, in Myanmar. We even got streams going on in Nepal. We got them in Mongolia. We got them in Russia, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal. We got them in the Middle East. We got them in Iraq. We got them in Afghanistan. We got them in Brazil. We got them in Mexico. We got streams all over the world. And just as I'm looking at my analytics right now in the back, we got about 3,500 people in the live chat tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming out. The support is overwhelming, and I really appreciate it. And I know most of you guys are here because you want to hear about the TR-1000 rhythm creator. So let's look at the details right from Roland here. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Just because I come in hot with a fire attitude doesn't mean I don't think this thing is absolutely gorgeous, okay? This thing is the TR-1000 Terminator Edition. No more of that kindergarten Crayola crap like Moog did with the grandmother and the matriarch, okay? No more light, bright friggin' TR-8S, okay? We don't need none of that no more. This is 2025, baby. We want the chrome domes. We want that Terminator gray. Okay? We want something that looks like you're a pro. And the headline of the show was, is the TR-1000 for the pros or for the hoes? Now, let me tell you, all day today, all I saw was a bunch of hoes. I saw a bunch of people begging and pleading to get sent one of these. And if they weren't begging and pleading, they already got sent one. Now, don't get me wrong. I might go buy this. I might go buy this tonight. Okay? Because me and Tactical MIDI, we're on the same kind of vibe. Tactical MIDI's like, bro, I'm getting this thing. I told myself I wasn't going to get it. But the more I think about it, listen, I'm trying to Gucci bag this thing now. So I don't even care about drums. I barely use drums in my music. And when I do use them, most people write me emails and ask me what I'm using. And just for you guys right now, I use the Korg drum log, $299. Boom, brand new. Just like that. Sounds amazing. I run it through a Korg MW2408 mixer, straight from Conductive. I surround everything with the most epic, opulent, gorgeous synthesizers of all time. That's what I do. So, some people say, Samurai, what are you up to? I say, I'm up to everything, all the time. If you don't believe me, ask somebody. Okay, so this is gorgeous. As you can see, we got buttons, we got sliders, and we got knobs. Now, everybody knows that that's what you get on a drum machine, if anybody got any sense. Now, up here in the right-hand corner, if you can see my mouth scrolling around, we got this mini little graphic calculator screen from the 1980s. So what I did is, I went on to ChatGPT and I said, ChatGPT, what the heck is going on with Roland and Korg screens? Like, am I missing something? How could the MPC be coming out with a Titantron? How could the GR Mega from Tasty Chips be coming out with an epic screen? How the hell is a Waldorf Quantum got an epic screen? How does every VLT machine and every Kino bar on planet Earth have a better screen than a Roland TR-1000 for $2,600? ChatGPT told me that there is 3 warehouses in Japan right now, scattered across the country, that are absolutely chocker-blocked with graphic calculator screens from the 1980s. Because when they thought the graphing calculator was going to blow up, Japan went and pre-ordered a ton of screens. And that's why we're getting these stupid screens all the time on all the Japanese synth companies. Because they got a backlog of freaking graphing calculator screens in 3 warehouses, stocked to the gills with these type of crap screens. So what are they going to do? They're going to use them. They're going to use them. That's what they're going to do. So I don't mind it. Now, the cool thing about the TR-8S is they put an HDMI cable in the back, and then you can put an iPad on it. So not only for $2,600, $2,700, call it even. Now you got to go out and buy a $500 iPad just to even see what's even on the screen. So that's fine and dandy. Now, if this was coming in at a cool $1,500, that'd be fine. But it's coming in at $2,600. So we're looking at a premium machine made for professionals. Now, as far as I know a crap ton of professionals. And you know what professionals use to make music? Here's a little inside baseball. The real pros, the pros that actually make money, okay? The people who are actually putting out songs that are producing insane cash, you know what they use? They use VSTs. They use plugins, okay? Some of them use some outboard gear. Some of them got a mini Moog laying around, so when all the bars come over, they can say, hey, play the mini Moog, mess around on that. Here, you guys screw around on these hardware synthesizers while I build a beat for you, and then you can dart in the, you know what it's like? It's like a McDonald's playroom, okay? You come for the burger, but while you're screwing around, you go in the ball pit and jump around, go down the slide. That's what hardware synthesizers are to pros. And don't get it twisted. When someone says this is for pros, this is for people who think if they get it, they'll turn pro. Or this is for people who actually think they're pro, but make no money. All right? So there's a big difference there. The people that make money, that are pros, rarely ever use hardware. 90% of them use VSTs and software and DAWs and plugins and non-stop digital. And I hate to say it, I didn't want to be the one to expose that, but there's a lot of people out there who've been throwing the word pro around Like suddenly if you buy a $2,700 TR-1000 from Roland, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, sounds amazing, but guess what? It's an 808, it's a 909, and then it's all VSTs. All right? That's just the way it is. Are you going to tell me that you're going to find a huge difference in an 808 with extra headroom or a 909 with extra headroom with analog circuitry for $2,600 than you're going to find on some VSTs? No, you're not. Hate to tell you, you're not. And if you think you're going to buy one of these and turn pro, I mean, you might, but this ain't going to make you turn pro. You know what's going to make you turn pro? Hustle, grit, grind, work ethic, nonstop, 24/7, living, breathing your craft. That's what's going to make you turn pro. You know what's going to make you make money? Catching a break, being at the right place at the right time. And you know how you be at the right place at the right time? You're always there. That's how you be at the right place at the right time, because you're always there. You're always working. You're always grinding. You're always making music. You're nuts deep in it 24/7. That's how you get an opportunity. That's how you're there when opportunity knocks. Not because you got a TR-1000 in your studio, okay? Like I said, this is friggin' glitter and toys for when people come over to your studio so you can show people around, or they can mess around on it and keep themselves occupied while you organize the crap in their DAW form if you're a producer. That's just what it is. I hate to say it. It sucks. You know, it's just the way it is though. Okay, let's get rolling. Tomorrow Returns. Let's see what kind of copyright they got going on here. Built on the legacy of Roland's most iconic drum machines, the TR-1000 Rhythm Curator blends analog warmth, digital precision, and sampling freedom into a powerful genre-spanning instrument. Bringing classic workflows with modern sound and eyes, the TR-1000 is a definitive platform for shaping what's next. The future is back and it's in your hands. Okay? I heard some people today in the comments, they were like, listen man, this thing here, the sequencer, man, the song mode, man, that's what I heard today. But the song mode, man. That's all I heard today, but the song mode. I told one guy today, bro, I'm a human song mode. I don't need a song mode. Okay, I am song mode. And you're song mode. You don't need a song mode if you're in the mode all the time. All right, so this is what we got. Roland TR Rhythm Creator, everything you need to know. Everything you need to know in one paragraph, I guess. Let's get to some details though. Lot of. All right, let's hear it. Let me tell you. Okay, this is what we got. The Roland, we got the skeet mask. Let's check it out. Let me turn the music down. Skeet mask. Let's hear what it sounds like. All right, Egyptian Lover. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good actually. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good, but I'm a sucker, okay? I'm a sucker for sound. This is the problem. I'm a sucker for sound. So when I hear stuff like this, I start to get in the zone. And this one's called Egyptian Lover, okay? Egypt is my fourth most favorite country, and I am a lover. So let's hear a little more. It's good, but like I don't think it's different than a VST. Listen, I'm not a VST promoter, but I don't think it's different than a VST. Shout out to Echo Craft, just bought a Behringer LM drum. Attaboy, dude. I'm about to go buy a Behringer LM drum myself. Okay? I'm about to go buy a Behringer LM drum myself, dude. What's everyone saying here? What's Fist saying? How much do you think the tariffs influence pricing? I think they influence it zero. You know what I mean? I think the only people using tariffs are friggin' opportunists, and that's it. I don't think tariffs influence crap. I just saw a Behringer Monopoly on Reverb for $350, so, you know, I don't think it well, I guess we can find out, Fisk. That's a great question. How much does the tariff influence the price of a Roland, what do we call this? TR-1000. I guess you have, here's the deal. UK's got no tariffs. Apparently, let's just, okay, the only country in the world that's got tariffs apparently is America. That's what the world thinks because of the great psyop that the global media has ran on everyone. Apparently, America is the only country that has a tariff. No, they're not, actually. But I ain't getting into that. Okay, so UK, how much is the price in the UK? Then look at the price in America. How much is the price in Europe? Then look at the price in America. How much is the price in Australia? I bet you in Australia it costs more than in America, and apparently America's got the big bad you know what. So that's how I look at that. Let's hear one more thing. This is called Kanyuki Tanuki. So rolling. It sounds good. Okay. So I geared a few things up today. I'm sure you guys read all the details. I can go through everything here. Let's see what it says. 40 years, 16 of the most coveted circuits from the TR-808 and TR-909. Basically, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but allegedly all those circuits were bought from Cool Audio from Behringer. I don't know about that. That's a rumor I read this morning. Don't quote me on it. But if you buy a TR-1000, you're basically buying a BR-1000 because all the chips in there came from Cool Audio, and that's owned by Music Tribe, aka Behringer. So I guess if you buy this, you're basically buying a Behringer. That's what I heard. Don't quote me. That's allegedly. I don't know. That's what I read on the forums this morning. That's what I read on the forums this morning. Okay. Let's see what everyone's saying. Hans Volt. What's Hans Volt's always got something to say. That TR-1000 is made for the dudes that have cash laying around and are full of nostalgia, filled with dreams of a younger self and hope to still make it. You know, that's probably true, man. That's probably true. That's probably true. Because I know a ton of people who made it with just a laptop and a bad attitude. And by bad, I mean good. I just mean grit. Okay? Let's see. So let's keep rolling here. Let me get my music playing again so we can relax. Got my new mixer, man, so I can gain stage everything real nice. Check, check, check. Music, perfect, man. Come on. Thank you, conductor, for this beautiful mixer. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll show it to you right now. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Hold on, let me get myself off the screen. Look at this beauty right here. This is a friggin' monster, okay? This is a friggin' monster. Look at the size of this thing. That's how big it is, look. Mixer is this big. Absolutely friggin' gorgeous. MW2408, okay? It's got... Man, this thing's got 24 channels. I think it might even have 26 channels, 8 stereo, 8 mono, ins, outs, everything in between. It's a beast, it's beautiful, and I'm a proud owner, and that's what I'm running the whole audio through here tonight, so that's cool. Back to the show. And I'm not sponsored by Korg either, but I should be for how much I rep them, because I got Korgs all over the place. But I don't need no sponsors. I'm sponsored by the people. Okay. So we keep rolling. We got, we're looking for some details. We got the ACB analog circuit behavior platform, which basically equals VST, including 21 circuit bent 8X and 9X models drawing from the 808 909. These new voices include quick access parameters for live, shape and expanding controls, analog circuit behavior. I could be wrong on this, so don't quote me on that. What the hell? ACB, Analog Circuit Behavior Platform, provides detailed analog circuit emulations, including 21 circuit bent 8X, 9X models. What? I feel like that's a bit of flim-flam there, and it's got me a little bit confused, actually. I think that's a little bit of neuro-linguistic programming there. Analog circuit behavior. Interesting. You also get FM percussion, virtual analog synthesis, and a deep library of PCM samples for... Basically, you got a Juno X, and then you got an 808 and a 909 with analog circuits. It's pretty much what I'm gathering from it. You got a Jupiter X and or a Juno X and or Zencore library and or 808, 909 analog circuitry. That's what I'm reading. I don't know. You tell me. Can someone give me a pineapple, please? Can we throw some pineapples in the chat? All right. Shout out to Tactical MIDI, baby. The true. Listen, Tactical, if you buy this, here's the deal. Tactical, if you buy this thing, we got to have a chat. And you got to come on the show anyways. You're supposed to email me with some times, man, where you can come on. We can have a chat. Tactical MIDI, one of the greatest shows, Tuesday night. Awesome. Love it. Okay. What else we got in here? We got sample, stretch, slice. We got the sampler, okay? TR Instruments laid the foundation, blah, 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 blah. TR-1000 workflow including stereo sampling, resampling, BPM sync, seamless time stretching, and non-destructive slice editing. 64 gigabytes of memory. Comes with a curated collection of 2,000 samples, baby, with 46 gigabytes of free memory. Analog digital effects. Rich palette of tactical effects. We got an analog state variable filter inspired by classic Roland OTA designs. Add a saturated punch using dedicated analog drive, color tones, digital favorites like crusher filter. You got all the all the Roland effects, which are amazing. We all know it. Everybody knows it. No point to lie about it. The thing is like, when everyone says, oh, all the haters, man, if you can't afford it, just get over it. Go buy a friggin' Krusty Chips drum from the bargain bin down at the pawn shop. If you're a broke boy and you can't afford this because you ain't a pro, it's not about that. It's about actually understanding that we're watching a load of grown men get ripped off. Okay, that's all it's about. We're watching a bunch of grown men get ripped off because they're acting like a bunch of women who are friggin' thirsty for a Gucci purse, and all you're doing is replacing a Gucci purse with a Roland drum with a bunch of sounds in it that you can get anywhere on planet Earth, and there's nothing spectacular about it. And then they're throwing an NLP Pro thing in there to hypnotize everybody to think if you get this, you're gonna be a pro. It's a complete joke. Now, does it sound awesome? Of course it probably sounds awesome. Does it look awesome? Of course it looks amazing. I met tons of chicks around the world that look good, but guess what? Botulism on the inside, okay? So don't judge a book by its cover. And I'm the guy who pretty much only buys synths that look good. I buy a synth that looks good before I even care about the sound. I look at the looks first. That's why I almost bought this and I had to hold on. You know? That's why me and the creamers out here are trying to pick up all the white synthesizers. We're trying to pick up the Polybrew 12. We're trying to pick up the Udo Domino, baby. We're trying to pick up the Mangolia. Is it the Mangolia or the Magnolia? The Mongolia, whatever it's called. That new FM synth for like 10 G's. We're trying to get all the Cream Dream synths. That's where the creamers came from. So don't get it wrong. I love beautiful synths. All right? Do you date potatoes? No, but I do sometimes take a potato on a date. I have in the past. A baked potato. You know what I mean? All right. So what else we got here before we get to some videos? So let's get out of this because we all saw this. Let's go to Sweetwater and see what they're saying. I just X'd it out. Hold on now. So this is where the next part of the video comes in. Let me pull Sweetwater up because it just cut off here. Hold on. Because some people don't even know how much this thing costs, and I was like, I'll show you tonight. Look at this. It's not a joke. $2,600, man. 2,700 bones. $75 a month for the rest of your life. It's beautiful. You want to see it in big screen? It's gorgeous. The back is what's even more gorgeous. Let me show you the back of this thing. The booty. Look at that. You want to talk synth booty? Look at that thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27. Between 25 and 27 ins and outs. You know what I mean? Out of control. Absolutely out of control. But I said today, let's check out Jack Anderton's video because he did a pretty good one. Let's hear a little bit. Let's check it out because we need to see what this thing sounds like. Do we need to hear the intro? We want to get right to it. Intro, analog, first listen. First listen, that's what we want. All right, first listen, let's go.
25, I think we should probably have...
Should have a list?
Have a bit of a listen. Let's build a little pattern going here.
It's chunky, isn't it?
Actually, hold on. I figured I got to put this thing in there. Hold on. I didn't have the audio coming through. Hold on, little. There we go. There we go. Sorry. Little,
25, I think.
now listen to this. I just had to cut that out. There was no audio. I know everyone chat's freaking out. Relax. All right. What's 493? This is him trying to echo him into pain. All right. So let's listen to this real quick.
We should probably have
Shall we listen?
have a bit of a listen. Let's build a little pattern going here.
It's chunky, isn't it? Yeah, I was just cranking it up. This is so up your...
I don't know, man. Listen, like when I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of that? Are you for real? Are you actually salivating over that sound? Like, is everybody actually like, oh yeah, that's the $2,600 sound I'm looking for right there. That's it, yeah. I don't know, man. Like that, I'm not impressed. I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. What's Fist saying? 1985 is, yeah. I mean, let's check it out.
The street, right?
It is. So
You've been talking about this. We've been dreaming about this for years.
Now, the next section of this is called What a Pro Needs. This is unbelievable, actually.
Now.
exactly.
The
So this
timestamp.
is
Look,
amazing.
what
And
a
we
pro
also,
needs.
You know, in all fairness as
Let's
well,
hear
we
it.
also have an analog TR-909. So let's have a listen to this one.
Okay. I'm getting an idea of what's going on there.
909.
Yeah.
$2,600 909.
Tell me what's going on here.
So, okay.
I'll tell you what's going on, Jack, bro. You don't need to man tell you what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Total friggin' baloney is what's going on. So I'm not saying this thing doesn't sound good, okay? Yeah, what a pro needs. That's so hilarious. It's such neuro-linguistic programming. It's such a psyop. It's such basic hypnosis. It's called an anchor. So what they're doing is they're telling you that this is what a pro needs, setting the anchor that you're a pro if you get this. Like, it's so psychologically dirty. It's the psychological dark arts to the pure max, because this is just an 808 sound. It's just a 909. Yeah, it's got more headroom, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter. Now, if this was $1,000, I'd be like, okay. If this was $1,500, you'd even hear the kid be like, okay, but you're going to do $2,600 and tell me this is the most innovative drum machine of our era? And you got all the Roland fanboys coming up from their bunkers to tell you, the boys thought the world ended. Everyone who's into this drum machine thought the world ended. They went down their bunkers, all right, with the ChatGPT founder, and now they're crawled back up to earth to tell us that this is the best. It's the Gucci bag of drum machines. That's what it is. It's the Gucci purse of a drum machine. That's what it is. And I love Roland. And if you think I don't, then take a look right here. I'm not just some guy. I'm a guy with a Juno X, okay? I'm not just some jabroni here, clean shaven, in a beautiful pair of ski goggle looking sunglasses with a Bro Synth Network hat on. No, I'm a guy with a Juno X. I'm a guy with a bunch of Korgs. I'm a guy with an RC505. I'm a guy with a Behringer Monopoly. I'm a guy with a Malevolent and a Mantis from PWM. I'm a guy with an Arturia Mini Freak. I'm a guy with a load more stuff that I don't even want to mention, because if I did, people wouldn't know what to think. So when I tell you that this is baloney, then I mean it. This is absolute baloney. It sounds great, but it isn't anything special at all. It's not special one bit, not even the least. And I'm the king of glaze, okay? I live to glaze. But I just can't glaze this for $2,700, and all the synth mafia running around like they got their pants dropped, acting like this thing is somehow a binaural hemisync that's going to make you explode all over your studio if you just somehow pay $2,700.
So TR-1000, so this has been years in development, and we've done an awful lot of consulting with professional artists, professional producers, people who are at the top of their game.
You hear that? How many times? Listen, how many times can you use the word professional in a ad? Look, listen.
What's going on here?
So, okay, so TR-1000, so this has been years in development, and we've done an awful lot of consulting with professional artists.
Professional number one.
Professional producers.
Professional number two.
Producers, people who are at the top of their game in the music industry, and find out, you know, if we were making a professional...
He said professional 3 times in under 1 minute. When somebody does that, they were told, they were given a script and talking points like a friggin' politician or a marketing executive, and what you're doing is you're anchoring people's suggestive mind, because most people probably missed it. They're saying pro so much that you think that if you get this, you're going to be a pro. It's like the most basic crap.
Drum machine in 2025, what is it that they're looking for? And one of the things that we, you know, that obviously consistently comes up is people love those analog sounds from Roland, the TR-808 and TR-909. So we wanted to bring those back, but we wanted to bring them back in a way that is complementary to the way that people work.
It's got professional MIDI inputs, it's got professional audio inputs, it's got professional audio, it's got professional knobs on it, it's got a professional look, it smells professional. When you get near it, it gives off this energetic frequency of professionality that somehow will then allow you to aura farm it.
Nowadays, we're sort of very keen to say that this is not a reissue of the TR-808 and TR-909. There's a few little changes which we'll talk about, but it's kind of like it's bringing those sounds back in a meaningful way that that they can.
That's Jack Dukesbury. Absolutely love him. Don't know who this cat is from Roland. Analog circuit behavior. Let's check this out real quick.
Imagine bringing your side project to life.
Yes, I would. Can you help me
Just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
All right.
In the modeling, because we have the analog tones, a fair question is why we included that. As I mentioned, because we don't have all of the sounds that are available in those original machines, so things like the congas and clays from the TR-808, which we don't have in the analog.
We couldn't get those. We couldn't get you the congos. We couldn't get you the clabs. You know, I mean, it's $2,600. We've been working on it for 45 years. We just really could not nail the congos and the clavs. Sorry about that, fellas.
Sections we do have it in the ACB versions. Also, with the analog sounds, you're limited to one use of each at a time, so you could only have one instance of the 808 snare being used in a particular pattern. But obviously then you could layer it with the modelled ones. So if somebody wanted 10 808 kick drums, they can do. They can have the analog one.
Yeah, Oz does, yeah.
Exactly.
You can have one analog 808 and then you have 9 digital ones. Or you can just have 10 digital ones and no one will ever know the difference.
But what's really cool is for the 808 and the 909 is the team in Japan, they spent a whole year rebuilding the ACB algorithm in a way that you could circuit bend it so that we can make adjustments to the sound and get under the hood and tweak things. So let's take, say, our clap sound. So if I go to the clap now, so as well as just having the standard parameters, I can now adjust the mix of this for the reverb tail.
Mate,
I've got...
why does the clap sound fat?
It does.
Yeah, it sounds fatter than I've ever heard it on any other drum machine.
The clap sounds fatter than I've ever heard it on any other drum machine on planet Earth.
Well, this is because I suppose this thing is it's made up of several clap sounds, and actually now we can change the space between them and the speed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can really customize the sound. So here's a quick example of using the more fader. We'll come onto it a little bit, but you can assign lots of different parameters to it and adjust them at the same time. So here is the ACB kit, and then as I adjust this, this is going to kind of circuit bend the whole kit in a way. So.
Cool, adjusted the pitch. Nice. All right, so I love Andertons, and I love Jack, and I love Roland, and I love these guys. But listen, man, I can't get on here and just basically tell you that you should buy this thing, because I think it's absolutely friggin' mental, man. To be honest with you, I think it's a slap in the damn face of anybody with an IQ above 75 that you would really think that this is so much better. I mean, the only thing worse than this, price-wise, is the OPXY from Teenage Engineering. The only thing out there right now on the market that is more embarrassing, price-wise, is the OPXY from Teenage Engineering. That's it. Number 2 is TR-1000. The only reason the TR-1000 is second place is because the OPXY just sucks. And there's no reason that should be $2,200. That's mental. Okay, but earlier today I posted something, and this is who I think it's made for. I think Roland made this, honest to God, for these type of people. This is who it's made for. This is who the TR-8S is made for. Right here. It's made for hot chicks with OnlyFans accounts who have sugar daddies, because no grown man in their right mind is going to go out right now and with all the pro programming buy a TR-1000. Okay? This is who it's made for. All right? It's made for Pedzi. All right? Not only her, this is who it's made for. Miss Monique Sunset. This is who the Roland TR-1000 is made for. Okay? It's made for Miss Monique. Okay? Miss Monique, who has an unlimited bank account and a black card from American Express. Okay? Rumor has it she was one of the people who got the TR-1000. I mean, come on. That's Miss Monique. Or maybe this is who it's made for. Epifirmatulium. She's got a Roland TR-1000 too. I don't know, what's that, 909? right? If the TR-1000 can do that, I'm in. Who else we got? We got Garci. Let's see what she's cooking. See, what you guys didn't know, and I didn't want to bring this, I didn't want to do this tonight. I didn't want to let you guys know that there is a massive, massive, massive community of DJs of the opposite sex who are willing to pay an arm and a leg for a Roland TR-1000. Now, you guys were thinking it was all the, 45 to 70-year-old men out there who want this TR-1000. It's not, okay? It's a bunch of chicks with OnlyFans accounts who are DJing on the side for a laugh, making tons of money on YouTube. That's who's buying the TR-1000. So, if you want to be in the company of these women, pick yourself up a TR-1000. I'm not saying it's a bad move, but that's who I think they made it for. I don't think they made it for the pro. I think they made it for the... Okay? Now, let's open up the phone lines real quick, see if anyone wants to call in. Let's jump on over to the mainframe. All right, I'm going to throw the phone number up on the screen. If you guys want to call in, feel free. Tell me what you think. The phone lines are now open, okay? 413-279-4344. Phone lines are open. Tell me what you think. Let's get a hot take from the people. What exactly you guys think of this thing, man? Is it worth it? Is it hot? Is it not? 413-279-4344. That's the Synth Samurai hotline. And if you want to call in and chat about it, do it tonight, man, because this is the last I'm ever going to talk about the Roland TR-1000 unless I buy it. I might buy it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. $2,700 at the moment. I can't afford that, but we got a call coming in. What's happening?
Hey, ho, hee, ha, ho.
Hey, who's on the
It
line
is me,
tonight?
Echo Craft.
Hey, Echo, buddy. Hold on now. Let me get the mic sorted out. I think we're good here. What's happening, beautiful?
Oh, I'm just sitting here having a verbal battle with Eternian.
Oh, you guys were going at it in the chat?
Oh, yeah, it's so much fun. He's telling me that the Muse doesn't compete with the TR-1000.
Well, that's a beautiful argument because how do you even argue that?
I don't know. I'm a little confused how a polyphonic synthesizer goes up against a $2,700 drum machine, but, to each his own. And then he continued to blast me and tell me that anything made by In Music is trash and garbage, and it's made in China, and all Chinese synthesizers are all pieces of shit because they're cheap. And, it just went back and forth, and, I don't know, man. I just laugh when people talk shit like that because put your money where your mouth is, son.
Bro, I think we should gear up synth boxing like Jake Paul's doing. I think we should have all the synth fluencers challenge each other and have a boxing match at one of these events. Imagine Super Booth was like Super Booth Friday, Super Booth Saturday, and then Saturday night was synth boxing where we had tons of challenges of all the synth people. And you could have like Echo Craft versus Etern. You could have Bo Beats versus Jorb. You could have Cuckoo versus Nick Bat. It would be amazing.
Well, that would be a good idea, but I'm 63 years old, so I actually don't fight. I just carry weapons with me now, so it would be a losing battle for him. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, you ain't playing fair anymore.
No, I don't play fair anymore. I just if you come out, do you remember what was it? what, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the guy's coming at him with the whip and he just pulls out the pistol and shoots him dead. That's me, bro. That's where I'm at now. I don't bother getting in the ring anymore. I'm too old for that shit.
Dude, that's so funny. So listen, tell me about the TR-1000. I know that you checked out just as much stuff as me today. I kind of was like real pumped about it yesterday. I watched everything today, and you know when the synth mafia does the tsunami, sometimes you just get a little bit queasy because you're like, you guys. I mean, everybody can't just absolutely be glazing this, really. Like nobody's gonna say it's overpriced at all. What do you think?
Well, so here's the thing. I really like the way it looks. I like the way it sounds. And I didn't, that's the thing today, even when I talked about it in my show, I didn't, it's fine looking. And like I said, the aesthetic for today, that fits the aesthetic for today. We're in AI world. We're in the future. This is the way things should start to look, either black or gray or whatever. Right. And this, no more colored buttons and all that bullshit. Right. Mm-hmm. But the problem is for me is, you played a track that Jack was doing just now, and I basically can't tell the difference. I can't tell I mean, I really can't. And you even said it like before, like a VST can sound just as good as this. It's the problem I have with this is it's because, and I said this today, because it's analog circuitry and it's Roland. And Roland, and I'm not dissing Roland at all. I love Roland products. I own a lot of them. And I've always had Roland products.
Yeah, you're not a hater, dude. Are you? Like, I mean,
no.
This is the thing.
No, I'm not
You're
a hater.
Bro. I think what do you own? You got 2 Roland drum machines right now.
I got 2 Roland drum machines. I've owned 2 Juno 106s. I've owned other drum machines. I've Roland 505, a 707. Right. I own a Juno X. That's not the question. I'm not a hater, but I can understand. So let me just, and I'll shut up and I'll get off the phone because I know you're gonna have other callers. But I just wanted to say this. It's Roland. Roland is the forefathers in electronic music. I don't care what anybody says. If it wasn't for the TB303, the 808, and the 909, there would be no electronica. There would be no trance. There would be no acid. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so giving that, when you look at it, Roland comes out with the drum machine that's analog again, and that's what everybody's been wanting for over 30 years. People have been going, we want analog again. And they got it, and Roland came out with it, and boom, here it is. But here's what's going to happen. Y'all are going to pay for the price now. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for what you wanted. We gave you what you wanted. It was a lot of R&D that went into it, and we're going to make you pay for it. Mm-hmm. That's my problem. And like I said to Mr. Attorney, and for all we know, everybody's like, oh, it's made in Japan. Roland just started making shit back in Japan again. So didn't Korg. Yamaha's always made shit in Japan. Okay. The problem is that we don't know if the parts are made in China and it's assembled in Japan. So these are the things that we kind of, we look at and we kind of question because we don't know. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to get that, straight. Because I just feel it's if this was $1,000, I might think about buying it. But again, that's even too steep for me for a drum machine.
Bro, you're dropping $1,000 like nothing these days.
Well, I mean,
Machines told me how much you're making, dude. You're making that sweet cake.
No, seriously. Hold on a second. I gotta move into the other room here. But I don't want to wake the missus.
I hear you, man.
No, I'm not making a whole lot of money in life. But I have what's called a Sweetwater credit card.
Synth blessed. Synth blessed.
What's that?
You're synth blessed.
Well, I'm Sweetwater blessed. But anyway, no, I just think it's overpriced. That's all. And you know what? I love what Trader of the Living said today. He said if it in a couple of years or a year that it drops in price and he finds a used one for like $600, fine, I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's where I'm at. Like, but I just bought an LM. I just thought I'd throw that out there tonight because you always
actually
say,
friggin'
when you
bought
gotta
that
buy,
thing, dude?
when
You
you gotta
bought
buy
that?
something.
You bought that?
What's that?
About friggin' time you bought something,
Yeah.
man. It's been months since you bought anything.
Well, what is this?
What?
Oh, my wife's texting me, so I must have woke her up.
Ooh, bro.
Well, I did.
Keep it down. Get
I
in the
did buy it.
studio, dude. What are you thinking?
I'm in the studio. I got the door closed. But yeah, so I bought it, and because I've been wanting one for a while, and I said fuck it. After I saw this video about the TR-1000, I said the LM blows this thing away. So that's where I'm at. And if anybody disagrees with me, I don't give a fuck. You know, do what you want. You buy what you want.
LM drum too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
GeoSynth
And
is
you
a
can
legend.
sample with it.
Yeah, GeoSynth's like a legend. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And he's like, the LM drum is just like mind-blowing, phenomenal. Even friggin' the English gentleman, Robbie Picelli, said it is. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so I mean, and let me tell you, Jamie's a legit dude. So, you know, the GeoSynth, that's Jamie. I listen to him. I like what he has to say. He has some great synthesizers. So, I mean, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, listen, I talk too much.
All right.
I'll shut up.
You the man, baby.
You know, Eternian, go buy your Roland TR-1000 and have a ball with it, bro.
All right, baby.
Okay? All right.
Peace.
Peace.
You're live and in color. What's happening?
Mark Anderson.
Mark Anderson, what's up?
I talk too much. I'll shut up.
Can you hear?
Hey, good evening, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, Mark, man,
okay, I
what's
think we're
going
missing
on,
the
man?
picture on this machine.
All right, hit us with it. Hit us with it.
Okay, so what you've shown so far is the 808 and 909, and to me, those are gimmick sounds.
Okay.
They got a very narrow use in music. Yeah, it's not inspiring. Do you have some demos that show the digital sampling capabilities of it?
Let me see.
That's where it might shine.
All right. Okay. Let me see, man. Sampling and mechanical keys. You keep going. I'm just scrolling through this video here to see what else they got. So
I mean, they show the edit window where they have audio sampled. There's a stereo pair of audio inputs on the back of it. So there's nothing saying that you have to limit this thing to sampling drum machines or drums off of records. You know, just put this in the hands of Hans Volt.
Okay.
Sorry, Hans Volt.
Yeah.
And, you know, he would not make this thing make drums.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a very good point, actually, Mark, now that you're bringing that up. Because you know what? Maybe guys like, maybe we're getting a little too caught up on the 808, 909 gimmick. What do you think?
And like I said, that's not an acceptable drum system for me in my music.
So you're looking at it like the sampling / the non-drum aspect of this thing is where it actually like goes nuclear.
And then what is the digital editing software available for this? Can you pull it up on your computer and have a screen that's respectable? Or can you get an editor that actually allows you to go into song mode and rearrange things instead of screwing around with a couple knobs and buttons and the tiny display?
Okay, fair enough, because in one of the pictures earlier that I saw, I think when I was covering on oscillators and percolators yesterday morning, there's an HDMI out on this beauty that I think goes right into the back of a, I don't know.
I saw a USB-C and
let me see if I can
one said computer interface, so like that was to go to your computer, and the other one was just USB, so to like hook a thumb drive into.
Okay.
The other cool thing it has on the MIDI is it's got two MIDI outs, and one jack is labeled sync 1 and the other's labeled sync 2.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my questions. What can you do with it as a sampler? What kind of computer software can you use so that you can bypass that crazy little screen That little screen is like for performance applications, selecting what song you're going to pull up.
Good point. So basically, bro, I think what we might have to do, I might have to do another episode on this where we dig deep into the, what do you want to call it? The super functionality of this machine outside of the gimmicky, we got analog 808 and 909 in there. Because like the bro was saying, he was like, dude, you can only put one of these on here, but then you can load up the digital versions of the 808 and you can stack those to your heart's content. But I do feel like you might be onto something there, brother. I think the 808 909 analog might be a gimmick, and this thing is actually a monster under the hood.
So back in the day when this stuff was new, I bought the Oberheim DX drum machine, and it sounded like a real set of drums. Mm-hmm. Yes, it had a very complicated little step sequencer to work with, but it just sounded like the real thing. And let's get away from focusing on, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody by calling these novelty sounds, but
listen, dude,
we all need more cowbell, right?
We don't need no friggin' apologies on the Renegade Ranch, dude. That's why we're doing this show tonight, because we're hoping to get a breadth of opinions and points of view. And there's no need to apologize, because I'm actually listening to you now and I'm thinking about it a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe the beauty of this machine, everybody's getting a little bit lost in the gimmick of the 808 and the 909 analog. This is it. The 45 years, we're bringing analog back. Blah, 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 blah. And they're not even really hyping up how awesome it is outside of those two little things.
Okay, let me get off the phone so more people can call in.
All right, brother.
You guys all have a great evening. Thank you very much.
You too, brother. Thanks for calling in, man.
Good night.
All right, peace. All right, man. That's Marky Mark, baby, and that's a great point. You got me and Echo over here all fiending, getting all hot and bothered by an analog 808 sound or a 909 when we might have missed the forest from the trees. I think Trader to the Living said it earlier. He was like, dude, this is expensive, but it actually, and listen, Trader's becoming an absolute master in the art of glaze. And he said that this might end up being one of the greatest, if not the greatest, drum sampler, dare I say groove box? I don't know. Machines of all time. And the more I start thinking about it, because as I'm listening, I'm still thinking 413-279-4344. I'll take a couple more calls, then I got to cook it. But the more I start thinking about it, the more I'm falling in love with this thing. And I don't know if it's a hypnotic Terminator gray. There's just something about it. I don't know. I'm starting to feel different.
Awesome.
Keyboard Kingpin.
All right, we got a call. You're live and in color, baby. What's happening? Who's on the line tonight?
What's good, man? It's Keyboard Kingpin.
Keyboard Kingpin, what's happening, baby? What's going on? What are you thinking?
Man, I'm just thinking everyone's glazing this hard, but I mean, Roland's got that classic sound. What can you say? You know, it looks like a good unit.
It looks friggin' good, man. I mean, it looks good and it sounds good. You can't deny that it sounds good. I think it just sounds like it should sound, right? It sounds 808, it sounds 909, but have we even all really got to hear what it can do? What do you think?
Well, here's my thing, dude, is like they should make it should have its own custom kit, like a 909 or an 808. You know what I mean? I want people to be like, hey, did you hear that song with that TR-1000 custom kit type? You know what I'm saying? Like
genius, absolutely genius.
You hear what I'm saying? Like we've heard the 909, and hey, I'm a huge fan of the 808. If you guys ever check out my channel, you know I love that TR-808. But I feel like, you know, we've seen so many versions of it. The OG is the OG. Mm-hmm. Just make something that's a little different, you know, as far as the sound.
Bro, if they would have done that, if they would have went in and said, here's the first taste of the TR-1000 kit, you're so right. And then if they tried to cement the TR-1000 kit into the lore of, you know, pop culture, where everybody, dude, you got it nailed there. That is genius.
I'm telling you, bro.
That is
like
genius.
it just makes more sense. Like why it's not really sought after unless you want a TR-808 or a TR-909 right now. Everyone's like getting hyped up on it. And I guess there's some good, you know, like PCM sounds and shit like that, and it, you know, that's all good. But I'm just saying, only time will tell as far as, you know, if there's an actual custom TR-1000 kit. I don't know if there is on there. I haven't, you know, haven't had a chance to play with it. I don't know if you guys know that or not.
I don't know that, but
anyone out there,
if anyone in the chat knows, throw it in there. But
that's the question.
That's genius, because guess what? 808's done. 909's done. It will be used. It was used. It's already iconic. It's already featured in so much stuff. But to bring in a brand new kit and let that set the stage for the new era, you almost think that should have been what they led with. They should have led with that, and the 808 and the 909 should have been a bonus.
Yep.
Yeah.
And exactly. That they should say, you know, this is a whole new kit. It's a TR-1000 kit. Check it out. This shit's hype. One more thing, and then I'll let some others get at it. I know you guys, you got to take some other calls here. I want to see Roland bring back some of those vintage racks, man. Oh. And I'm talking about the ones that came out around the TR-808 era. You know, if you guys see my channel, I got a whole huge rack I call Rolanda. It's a custom rack. But
I like that,
those
Rolanda.
Yeah, check it out sometime, dog. You might be into it. I know you're not too. I mean, you go back with some vintage gear, but I don't know how much of a vintage head you are, but I know you still respect the gear, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think that, I just think they need someone, even Behringer, I mean, people knock Behringer a lot, it is what it is. I think even if they did some of those custom analog racks,
bro,
shit would be dope.
Dude, with Behringer coming back with the Mooger Fooger pedals and bringing back some of this old style stuff, if they brought, because you know what? I was talking to Hans Volt the other day. I've been talking to a few people lately, and there's like there's a vibe of rack. People are saying they want
I'm telling you, bro,
to get a sweet
go check out
back. Yeah. What's your channel's name?
Hey, Keyboard Kingpin, man. Hey, a lot of the fans out there in the chat, I know some of them cats out there. A lot of your fans, you know, they cross over sometimes. And
Keyboard Kingpin, man. Echo, throw that in the chat, dude. Throw Keyboard Kingpin's channel in the chat. Let's get some links.
I got love for all you guys. You know, any synth enthusiasts, I got love for. I'm stuck on that 808. I'm like really into 808, and I got the vintage rack, and that's kind of just my whole thing.
Yep.
But you know, I've been looking at getting a new drum machine, and this thing caught my eye. But then, you know, I also saw the price and was like, man, I could get an SR 555 tape delay, bro. Rack mount Roland tape delay, 2 of them damn near for that price. You know, so it's like. And that's already iconic, and it's already earned its namesake, you know. So that's kind of how I feel, dog.
Let me ask you a question though. Why do you think they priced it like this?
Yes, you know how it goes, bro. It's like it's the first drop, and that's kind of how I feel. It's like we got everyone hyped up. We got every content creator and their mama making a video right now, and no nothing against that. You know what I'm saying? That's just Roland knew that would happen, and they're trying to bank off that. And that's why the price is what it is right now. You know, they're paying for all these content creators. You know, I don't know if they're paying them monetarily, but you know what I'm saying? They're in one way or another, they're investing in these people to hype up their videos.
Yeah, exactly. And bro, listen, dude. If someone say you hate friggin' drum machines and you can't stand Roland. If you get a Roland TR-1000 show up at your doorstep for you to glaze. You can glaze it, and even if you sell it for 2 G's the next day, that's $2,000 payment for a 20-minute video. That's big time.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get it, and what I'm basically saying is right now it's just, you know what it is. That's hype price, bro.
Yeah,
Let's just wait. And plus, what about the kinks, bro? What about, is there gonna be some crazy glitches or weird software shit going on? You know, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, they're gonna tone us.
Yeah, we gotta have some more time with it, I think. And plus, what I'm gonna probably do is I'll probably wait a while, you know, wait till they go down a little bit, or just till more people play with them. Because, hey, real quick, I know you like Behringer. You know that CR-78 Behringer little clone they made?
Yeah, you got that?
You know what I'm talking about? The CR-78 drum machine?
Friggin' In the Air Tonight machine.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that one, bro, is the gyro on there, it doesn't, when you sequence all those gyros, instead of that natural like gyro sound that you get from them older first Roland CR series drum machines, it just it shit itself, and it just it doesn't sound anything like it. You know what I'm saying? There's videos, go out there and check those out. People are like showing that. And I'm not knocking Behringer, I'm just saying that to state that it's one of those software things that you're not really going to know till a lot of people buy it.
Have you tried the RD8? Have you tried the RD8 from Behringer?
The RD8, that's like the knockoff
that's the
TR?
808, yeah, the 808 clone Behringer did.
Yeah, no, I haven't, honestly.
I think you would, $250, get it and try it. My buddy had one, he played it for me. I'm not an 808 friggin' connoisseur, but the thing sounded like a friggin' monster, bro. It was crazy. The Mark II.
Well, I have a real 808, but if I was gonna get and I'm 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? It took a while to get a real TR-808, you know what I mean? I didn't have one when I was younger. When I was younger and didn't have as much money, that's the choice I would have made right there, is the RD8, you know what I mean? If I wanted that 808 feel.
Sweet.
That looks almost the closest.
It's big too, bro. It's friggin' gigantic.
Yeah. I got a little TR-08 too back in the day, and that thing, man, it just doesn't sound. It doesn't do it, man. I'd rather probably have that RD8 and over, but I'd rather have obviously the real deal. TR-808 is king.
I've heard that too. I heard the RD8 trumps the one Roland put out, that little kind of smaller one.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I believe that, dude. I believe that for sure. But yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts right now, dog. So I'm gonna let you and the Synth Renegades get back at it, and it was good chatting with you, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I got your link up on the screen there, man. So everyone go check out Keyboard Kingpin, and thanks for calling in. Call in anytime, brother. You the man.
Much love, man. I'll call you again sometime. Take it easy, dog.
You too. Peace. All right, man. That's the Keyboard Kingpin, baby. We got another caller coming in. You're live and in color. Are you there?
Hello.
What's happening?
Hey, is this that fin-slinging, tone-bringing, knob-twisting, wave-shifting wizard of WoW? I hear it's the analog ninja, the digital sensei, the one who makes circuits cry and oscillators sigh. It's the sonic slicer, the pitch chord Kaiser, the one, the only, Synth Samurai!
You got it, baby. What's happening? Welcome.
What's up, brother?
What's happening, my man?
What's up? What's up? Hey, man, if you got that kind of scratch, I say buy that analog drum machine.
That's what
because you know what? Who knows how many's going to be available, and if you don't like it, you could jack that price up on eBay and sell it for twice as much.
I think so, dude. I'm starting, listen, man, as this show's going on tonight, I'm starting to be like, man, screw the broke boys. Let's all pick one of these up, man. What we gonna get this for? Like $2,700. That's nothing these days. We can all squander up some scratch to get this thing, you know? Screw it.
You know, I'm just kidding. In a sense, I'm kidding. But hey, in reality, I'm not a hater. But I don't think I'm really a fan of this new format. I dig that it's analog.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some Rolands. I've got the Roland SH4D. I've got some of the smaller, like the E4, the S1. I've got the J6, the T8. So I've got some Rolands, man. I dig them. I'm fine with the smaller stuff. I don't know if I need something big like that. But here's the thing. This is what I was thinking, and this kind of really ticks me off. My uncle, his wife just recently passed away. I lost my aunt a couple months ago.
God bless her.
Now he's in his 80s and he's starting to suffer from some Alzheimer's, and so some of his family moved out here to help move him into an old folks home. You know, which sounds like the right thing to do. He'll be around people his age, but he's selling his house. He had to sell his house that he owns, and guess how much they're charging him a month to stay in this old folks home?
How much?
$7,000 a month.
Oh, bro, please tell me he transferred all his money to his kid 5 years ago.
$7,000 a month, and this guy's in his 80s. He's got Alzheimer's, and they're just milking him for everything, every penny he's got, because they saw how much that house was worth, and they're just raping him for $7,000 a month, man.
That's
so I'm thinking, man, if you're going to be in your 80s and you got that much money and your mind goes, hey, just take that money and enjoy it now, baby.
Yeah,
if you
dude.
can afford $2,600, that ain't nothing compared to $7,000 a month.
That's what I'm saying. Go for it, man. Anybody out there who's got a parent or anything like that, listen, if they're getting up there in age and you think they might end up in a home, you got 5 years to get all that cash out of their account and put somewhere else so the government can't take it from you. That's a little inside baseball, because if they go into a home or they go somewhere into an old age home or they lose their mind and they get put in one of those homes, the government or that home will just milk that bank account dry. So make sure
you're right.
you got all that put into a trustworthy person's name, because the government will just yoink every bit of that. You got 5 years. So that's what it is in America. In Canada is different, but you got to be careful.
I mean, you're right. I was telling a friend of mine about that, and she was telling me, my coworker, she said, yeah, she had a relative that went through the same thing, and they were going to sell their automobile, and their family said, no, don't you sell that automobile. As soon as they find out that automobile's in his name, they're going to raise it even more.
Yep, exactly, dude. It's like one of those weird things. It sounds cruel and crazy, but you need your parents or parent or to have basically zero in the account, and you just give them an allowance, like obviously someone trustworthy, because as soon as it gets to that moment, if you're too late, they'll just take it all. They'll just milk you for every cent. And then when you're milked, you knows what happens then, dude. You get the carrot.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Hospice.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was just thinking of that. I'm like, man, life is short. If you got that kind of money,
Buy
just
it,
get
baby.
it. And if
Get
you
it.
don't like it,
Screw it.
kind of like you're saying with all the synth mafia that's out there, they created so much of a hype and a buzz around this thing. You know it's going to sell out. So if you buy it and you don't like it, just jack the price up and sell it on eBay. You'll make your money back.
Dude, it's been glazed today like no other, man. I mean, listen, you got to give the Synth Mafia credit. When you can get so many people hyped up about a $2,600 drum machine, dude, they did a good job. We got to give them credit. They did a good job. Right?
Yep.
All right,
All right,
bro.
man. Well, hey, I just wanted to chime in and give you my 2 cents worth, but no hate for the Roland, what they're doing. If you got that kind of money, get it. If you don't even sweat it, man.
It's all love, baby. This is synth entertainment, okay? This is the entertainment. This is the attitude era. We're just having a good time.
That's right. Synth Samurai!
All right, baby.
All right, man.
Call anytime. Peace.
All right, brother.
Peace. All right, man. I think I'm shutting down the phones there now. We're going to play one more video. It's time for me to cook it, but we got to go from the one and only, because I heard Trader say this, but here is one of the most legendary synth renegades of all time. Oh, one more call? All right, I'll take one more call. Screw it. One more call. One more call. Hello, you're live and in color. You're the last caller tonight. Who's it going to be?
Samurai, it's the Macho Man. I want to talk about the TR-1000.
You got it, baby. What's on your mind?
Look, Samurai, they've got the analog voices in there. If it's good enough for the Macho Man, it's good enough for everybody else, see?
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
All right. I need you to tell them renegades that the TR-1000 is the greatest thing since me and the Hulkster met in the ring.
What you gonna do, brother, when the Synth Samurai comes down on you?
Exactly. All right, Samurai. I'll talk to you later.
Take it easy, baby.
Take it easy.
Peace. All right, Do Not Disturb is on. I don't know how that last call came through, but that was the Macho Man Synth Savage. And let's play this one last video from the beautiful, the one, the only Espen Craft, because he's wearing a beautiful Synth Renegade jersey. And he's got the hottest take, and it's hot, right? Like, you need 2 takes. And this is the deal with the Attitude Era. This is the deal with the Synth Renegades. The Synth Mafia comes with the super glaze, paid for, and we come with the alternative, the yin and the yang. So that's just the way it is. That's the way it is these days. That's the way it is now. And here he is, the one and only Espen Craft. Absolutely phenomenal.
The cat's out of the bag. The Roland TR-1000 drum machine is here. It sounds like a Terminator, but the Terminator will cost you. It'll cost you $2,699. for that drum machine. And this has to be one of the best examples of corporate greed I've seen in a long time. In the boardroom over at Roland's, they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you, customer, willing to pay that kind of money. They think you're suckers as usual. And the TR-1000 is so specced with features, you might even call it bloated. And it has so much features actually on board that the complexity of it is kind of overwhelming. Admittedly, I don't have one in the studio, nor will I get one, nor will I buy one. And Roland is definitely not going to send me one. But I'm sure a lot of the sellout YouTubers are busy making those little patterns with those sounds that you can listen for yourself on YouTube with the YouTube compression and everything in terms of sound quality. And Roland admits themselves that this is a studio machine. What I really can't get my head around is if this is a studio machine and the weight and size of it all also implies that it is a studio machine, not a live machine as such. But what do you want all those features for, all those sounds for, when you have all those sounds already? You have all those sounds in samplers from before, you have them in the sound libraries, you have them in Roland's own little brothers of the TR-1000, like the TR-8S, etc., etc.
I mean, great point. You got all these sounds. This is what kind of where I was going earlier. You got all these sounds. Are we looking for this $2,600 for a workflow? What are we looking for from this? Because it can't be the sounds, can it?
Admittedly, I see and read that the TR-1000 has analog circuitry, so it'll mimic or emulate or clone the sounds of the real TR-909 and 808s, but we have all those sounds already for a fraction of the price. And if this is a studio machine, you're going to use it in your productions and no one will hear it. No one will hear it that you're actually using a TR-1000 or a TR-808 or a 909. I admit that the tactile experience can be somewhat rewarding. I myself have some hardware around for the tactile experience, but $2,699 for the TR-1000, this is a scam. Pure and simple, this is a scam, mega scam. Music gear manufacturer.
Scam, mega scam. Someone should remix that into a song. Someone should sample that into the TR-1000. Scam, mega scam.
They're not making gear for musicians anymore. They're making gear for consumers. They're making consumer products. Like electric vehicles, you're supposed to use them for a couple of years, then discard them and buy the new model. So if you think you're going to get into the charts, if you only get that TR-1000, well, please think again. You have all the sounds you need already for a fraction of the price. What you need is good ideas. You need creativity, and you need to use what you have to make that song into that chart-topping hit that you've always dreamt of. But if you're hell-bent on getting the TR-1000 no matter what, please wait a year or so and you'll get it for a fraction of the price, at least half. And it's better to lose one kidney than two, right? So you're well advised to wait a little bit and keep that gas in check. As always, I'm Espen Kraft, and you're not. I'm only looking out for your well-being and your wallet. So thank me later. See you on the next one. Cheers.
There he is, Espen Kraft. I mean, that's a hot take. That's a hot take. You know what that is? That's the yin and the yang, is what that is. That's a little bit of yang, okay? And everybody needs a little bit of yang when there's too much yin. You know what I mean? So that's the show for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's the take on the Roland. I might come back with a different take later. I don't know. I'm just thinking like... Oh, Fist, take it easy, dude. I might come back with a different take. It's starting to grow on me now, and I got to go check out the sampling capabilities. I got to check it all out because I don't mind changing my mind. My mind might change tomorrow. It might have been different this morning. It's probably different at lunch, and it might be different tomorrow. So you guys take it easy, baby. That's that Synth show. And we did a little special call-in rendition tonight. And yeah, man, if you want one, here it is right there. Easy peasy. Sweetwater.com, $26.99. I ain't sponsored by Sweetwater, but I absolutely love the company. I think they're amazing, and I got no problem glazing Sweetwater all day, every day. Woo!